Hey guys, how's it going? In today's video, I want to talk about how to pronounce a R in French. French R's can often be very, very challenging for people to pronounce, especially if your first language is English. Because, quite frankly, in English, if you look at our alphabet, there's not really any letters that we have that sound even remotely close to a French R. Now, there are two things you have to do, or rather two steps you should follow when you're first trying to figure out how to pronounce a French R. Step one is you need to grab a glass of water and start gargling. The reason I say you have to start gargling is because when you gargle, you're using the same muscles in your mouth as when you're pronouncing a French R. So, grab a glass of water, I'll demo, you're gonna go. I feel really gross having done that on camera. So that is step one. Take some water, gargle. Step two is I want you to gargle without any water in your mouth. So I want you to go, once you go, it sounds so weird, I know, bear with me. When you're going, guess what? That is a French R. Now, whenever I've taught people French R's in the past, one thing that people will often ask me is, okay, Azrin, I can gargle water. I can gargle water with no water in my mouth, which means I can say a French R. Hallelujah. But guess what? I can't say them inside of words. I can say the R on its own, but once you give me the word regardez or like whatever word, I just can't do it. It's too challenging. If you're in that boat, which I'm willing to bet a lot of you are, don't worry. All you have to do is be able to say 4 different words. The first word, and this is the word you should start with, is the word crois. So for example, je crois blah 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 blah. Je crois would mean like I believe, or I believe actually. So je crois. Why je crois? Well, because crois, number one, saying je crois is a very common thing you'll say in French anyway, so it's something you'll get to practice with as you're speaking. But the reason it's good is because a r is using the back of your mouth, right? The sound it comes from muscles in the back of your mouth. And the C sound, k, is also pronounced is also using the muscles in the back of your mouth, right? So, k is using the back of your tongue, which hits the roof of your mouth, and r is also kind of using the back of your tongue, except a little bit further back. So, because the k sound and the r sound are very, very close together in the mouth, it's usually, in my experience anyway, one of the easier words to start off with. So, first you have to say the word croix. Once you're used to that word, I highly recommend you move on to another word, which is trois. I like the word trois because you could always find reasons in day-to-day conversation to use the word trois, and it's actually slightly more challenging than the word croix. The reason that is because if you look at the letter T, the T in French or English or whatever, the sound T is using the tip of your tongue, and it's going on the roof of your mouth near the front, right? So T is in the front of your mouth, R is in the back, which is more challenging because you're going from a sound which is in the front all the way to the back. So that's a little bit more challenging. After you can say trois, you need to move on to the word théâtre. Théâtre was good because it's more than one syllable, and there is an R in there. So your mouth is doing more work, and you're getting to practice the sound R in a word with more syllables, which is harder. The fourth word and the final word I recommend that you practice with when you're saying a French R is the word regardez. Regardez is a great word to practice with because regardez has, number one, it has 2 R's in it, not just one. It's multiple syllables, and to be perfectly honest, it's a slightly different R than the R in théâtre or in croix or in trois. In théâtre, croix, and trois, they're actually, if you go linguistically, they're actually non-vocalized R's, meaning your vocal cords are not vibrating. You're just going. You're almost breathing air out and then using the back of your tongue to interrupt the air so it goes. In the word regardez, it's a r. So your vocal cords are vibrating as you're saying the sound. So it's a with the vibrating vocal cords, which then gives you r. So regardez can be pretty challenging to say. But the good news is once you can say trois, théâtre, croix, and regardez, once you can say those 4 words, you can say basically any other word in French which has an R. So that is my video on French R's. I hope you enjoyed it. We nerded out pretty hard on like phonetics there. We're talking about lots of different parts of the mouth and everything, but I had a lot of fun. Hope you did too. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you guys later. Bye for now.